Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live 10 at 10.
Couple of great playoff hockey games tonight at Shields Arena. Good evening, everyone. Thanks for joining us tonight. Stephanie is off. The one drawing the most attention in this West region of the NCAA tournament involves our own UND hockey team. Sports Director Beth Houle joins us early with the latest. Beth?
Hey, Mike, this one's still in action, so unfortunately we can't show you any highlights just yet, but boy, have there been highlights. North Dakota coming out ready to play in front of this predominantly green fan base. A real local flair in this one tonight as East Grand Forks' own Tucker Poolman puts North Dakota up 1-0 in the first period, and then it's a former Fargo Force stud in on the second goal. Bryn Chizik scoring for the first time since January. But of course, the most local of all, Zane McIntyre, the Hobie Baker nominee and arguably the best goaltender in the country. The junior with 22 saves at this point in the night, continuing to lead the way. Currently, North Dakota 3-0 over Quinnipiac in the third period. If North Dakota can hold on, they will have a rematch with St. Cloud State Saturday night at Shields Arena. The Huskies knocked UND out of the NCHC title contention last weekend. Pretty good script right there. Highlights coming up in sports. Stick with us.
All right, thanks, Beth. Hockey fans making their way to Shields Arena tonight probably noticed a mess on the way. West Fargo and Fargo have both been receiving complaints regarding litter. Valley News Team's Krista Bain found out what, if anything, is being done to clean it up.
From your morning coffee to your afternoon lunch to that forgotten shopping list, the mess is easy to see as you drive along Veterans Boulevard.
It's not very appealing, yeah. It's kind of crappy to look at.
Yeah, a lot of garbage and trash in the fields.
Daryl Pfaff has lived in West Fargo near Veterans Boulevard for 23 years and notices the changes.
See a lot of rabbits around.
But then again, what looks like a rabbit isn't. That's trash.
Oh, I haven't really noticed this much before, no.
Winds have carried the trash that include pieces left behind from nearby construction projects.
You could hypothetically put a cover on a dumpster, but that's costly for the builders.
Both West Fargo and Fargo have received numerous complaints about the trash on Veterans Boulevard and here on 32nd Avenue. And though there are options, most of these areas are privately owned. So that creates another problem when looking to clean it all up.
In the past, we've had Public Works people out picking it up. It sounds like we might try and get some people on work release from one of the penitentiaries to help us with that as well.
But they'll need permission from landowners. In the meantime, it won't get any better.
This is probably the worst I've seen it.
Krista Bain, Valley News Live.
The city of Fargo cleans up the city-owned property once the snow melts, but to help with the private properties, they're looking for volunteer groups to help clean up. Fargo police aren't saying that they have made an arrest, but they are telling us tonight that an update is expected by tomorrow. An update on last night's armed robbery along 13th Avenue South. Two men hit the All-Stop station near West Acres Mall around 10:45 last night. One of them showed a pistol during the holdup. The robbers were described, one being a white male, one black male, both wearing dark clothing and masks. We'll have more on this developing story as it unfolds. A surprising verdict from Italy's highest court tonight when judges overturned the murder conviction against Amanda Knox and her former Italian boyfriend. In 2009, Knox was convicted of killing her British roommate, Meredith Kircher. Chapman Bell reports from Rome.
Well, tonight, Amanda Knox and her former Italian boyfriend are free. The Supreme Court here in Italy overturned their murder conviction, annulled their sentences, and said they did not commit these crimes. Amanda Knox is said to be overjoyed. Her lawyers told us they phoned her to tell her the news and said she was emotional, happy. Her family were cheering in the background. This is the end of her legal battles. It was highly unusual, this outcome. Many suspected that the only two outcomes here at the Supreme Court were to send this case back to appeal level or to confirm the guilty verdicts. However, the Supreme Court took the unusual, bold step to actually overturn the convictions and say, that's it, this trial, this case is closed, they were free, and they did not commit these crimes. Chapman Bell, NBC News, Rome.
Now, Kircher was found dead November 2nd, 2007 in the apartment that she shared with Knox and two other students. Her throat was slashed and she had been sexually assaulted. Her mother said she was shocked and that she's convicted twice, so that it's odd that it should change now. The feds are taking an aggressive step to crack down on short-term payday loans. The Federal Consumer Protection Agency trying to do away with payday debt traps. Deb Mathern, the president of Fargo Public Schools Credit Union, says North Dakota has cracked down on payday loan operations, but she says more restrictions would be good for the community.
Getting rid of that loan sharking and making sure consumers aren't taken advantage of. I think it's a good thing to be examined a little more often and to make sure that they have some, there used to be no bookkeeping restrictions. They didn't really have to even keep any books.
We talked to more than a half dozen local businesses that offer payday loans today. A few told us that they are licensed, bonded, inspected, and offer loans to people that are in a bind and have nowhere else to go. Lost or stolen bicycles are piling up outside the West Fargo Police Department. Police Chief Mike Wrighton tells us it's an underreported crime in town, and they hold the bikes for about 60 days before sending them to a salvage company or donating them. He says it's a crime of opportunity, especially when it gets warm out. The Great Northern Bicycle Company says, lock it up.
Almost all bikes that are stolen aren't locked. They're sometimes set aside just for a minute or just while they run into the store. Lock your bike. Always lock your bike.
In Moorhead, the police say that they've had several hundred bicycles that will be auctioned off at the end of April. In Fargo, Police Department reports 60 to 70 bikes impounded that will also be sold at auction. A proposal for a new hotel, restaurant, and condo complex will be presented before Detroit Lake City Council next month. The city's Planning Commission voted 7-2 against the proposal last night. The 4-story hotel, restaurant, and 9-unit condo complex will sit at the corner of Washington Avenue and Westlake Drive in DL. The commission says the proposal may proceed with a conditional use permit, meaning they must follow certain requirements set forth by the commission. The city council will have a final say on the proposal on April 14th. Not everyone's excited that the Elzagle Shriners Circus is in town this weekend. Animal activists are protesting this weekend at the Fargo Dome, asking people to change their minds about using animals in the circus. The protesters will be outside the Fargo Dome before each show on the north entrance sidewalk near the Fargo Dome.
We are just here today to ask people not to support the circus when they're using animals in their acts because of the cruelty involved.
Protest demonstrations are planned at various times this weekend. Tomorrow beginning at 8:30 in the morning, 12:30 in the afternoon, and at 5 tomorrow afternoon. Then on Sunday, they'll begin at 10:30 in the morning and at 2:30 in the afternoon. It's Friday, time to take a look at this week's Valley's Most Wanted. Police say this man, Nicholas Olson, is wanted for conspiracy to commit forgery and shoplifting. Call your local enforcement agency if you have any information on Olson's whereabouts. You can also get Valley News Live, news, and weather text alerts right to your phone. You get the latest breaking news, weather, and other updates on your mobile device. Head to valleynewslive.com to sign up. And remember to like Valley News Live on Facebook. You can follow the latest news, weather, and breaking news updates anytime on your feed. Just search Valley News Live, like our page, and you'll stay informed throughout the entire day.
Valley News Live 10 at 10 continues with no wait weather.
Well, we're full of anticipation for some spring-like weather, number one, and a lot of hockey and basketball to watch, so kind of a fun weekend ahead of us.
A little warm-up would be appreciated.
Yeah, and actually some greening moisture possible as well, even though we're not looking forward to a lot of rain. A little bit will sure go a long way. Here is a look outdoors. Right now, we're getting reports of some very slippery roads, basically west of Valley City. Now, we do see on the visibility that it is reduced out there. We have a little bit of fog and freezing fog reported, but also the precipitation that moved through earlier this evening is freezing on area roads, and it is on the side of icy. So if you are traveling westbound tonight, be aware of that. Everywhere else, the visibility is quite good at 10 miles or better. Here is a look at the radar, and things are quieting down there as well. Most of the precipitation moving into the southwestern corner of Minnesota and in towards Sioux Falls, South Dakota. Here's the warm front now, right on the doorstep. We have upper 20s across the valley, and well, the warm front still kicking off some of those flurries to the south. And temperatures as warm as the 60s right now in Montana. Here's a look outdoors. It's quiet. The wind taking some time off now. It's blowing at only 7 miles per hour, 29, but it feels like 22. As you're heading home, it does look like everyone is in those upper 20s across eastern North Dakota. Grand Forks, the big winner there at 30 degrees, though. It's also 30 in Detroit Lakes right now with Wadena at 27. Right, some clearer skies expected out to the west. And as we go through the overnight, that fog that we were just speaking of, freezing fog and areas of freezing drizzle, still possible out to the west where that warm front stalls out overnight. Now, as we set a look at temperatures in the morning, near 30 for many of us, although out in Minnesota, I do believe we'll have a few teens out there. South winds pick up and they'll become stronger throughout our Saturday. They'll boost temperatures, though, even out in portions of our eastern viewing area in central Minnesota. Bemidji, Roseau, we'll see mid-40s there. Temperatures as warm as the 50s out to the west, and some sunshine in Bismarck. And Dickinson will bring 60s, and oh yeah, have a look at this one with me. That says 76 in Dickinson tomorrow afternoon, so no need to go south to enjoy a little spring-like weather. Tomorrow in the afternoon hours, we could have a rumble of thunder out in the western Dakotas, but by the time we get to late night hours, it'll be moving into our western counties. So be prepared for some showers and heavy ones to make their way in late. Temperatures steady overnight in the 20s, but warming into the upper 40s for Fargo-Moorhead. Look at the winds. They're increasing as well, gusting over 35 miles per hour in the afternoon. Hold on to your hat. Elsewhere, temperatures in those mid-40s to near 50 out to the west. Langdon 43, 42s in the Fergus Falls and Detroit Lakes areas for tomorrow. Wahpeton 43, mostly cloudy in Roseau, and 43 there at 3 o'clock in the afternoon as well. Now, let's look at the second half of your weekend as we go through Saturday night late. That's when the rainfall makes its way into the Fargo-Moorhead area. So if you're out at Shields Arena or out near the Circus and heading home, you're going to run into some moderate to heavy areas of rainfall. This will march across Minnesota quite quickly and be out of here in the wee hours of the morning. But watch what happens in the morning. A chance for a light dusting of snow along the international border, and temperatures returning to near 50 south and 40s for Sunday. But we have a chance at getting some greening moisture during the overnight hours Saturday into Sunday. A few tenths possible, and the geese are returning. Take a look at Gene Hansen's photo near Edgeley, North Dakota. Beautiful conditions there. Here's a peek at Sunday's planner, 57 degrees. It'll be windy both weekend days. And as we head into next week, that's when things look exciting. Mike, I'm expecting 60s Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and that's a broken record I can get used to.
I'll say.
Another transition Wednesday into Thursday as a cold front moves through. That'll cool us off with some showers once again.
I like it.
All right.
Still to come tonight on Valley News Live, 10 at 10. A live report from Shields Arena on the latest in the West Region NCAA hockey tournament. Up next, some progress that might explain what causes people to be anorexic.